Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our FusionFall retro playthrough. My name is Prizzy, and in the last part we continued on with our Dexter guide missions. We did pretty much all of the ones that Grimm had for us, and now we have one left from him involving, I believe, downtown, and then we get to go on to, I think, some farther areas, including like the Darklands and stuff like that. But yeah, let's, got really nothing else, so we can just get right into it. Our nano suggestion today is brought to us by Quint Dunaway, who said to use the nanos found in one of the pictures that scrolls along like that side on the right with that character slideshow. I'll put the picture right here so you know what I'm talking about, but the ones in that picture specifically are Coco, Number One, and Eddie, so those are the ones that we're going to be using specifically in today's part. Anyway, let's just get right into it, because we have Spa Days, an email from Dexter, to do. I am relieved to learn that the missing heroes cannot be found in the world of dead. That is what we found out last time. We found out last time that the missing superheroes are not, in fact, dead. They are alive. Since Grimm helped us, it is only appropriate for us to return the favor. Fuse is planning an attack on one of his stores, Grimm Gardens. Dee Dee likes their lavender exploitation wash, or exploiting wash. Exfoliating. That's a F, not a P. Exploiting wash is not a thing. Exfoliating wash is. Dee Dee likes their lavender exfoliating wash. Can you go help him? So yeah. Another thing that is like not really well known in FusionFall that was supposed to be like a big deal is that Grimm owns like a chain of stores. I believe it's mentioned in like a couple missions, like one or two. But it was supposed to be like a really big deal. Like they were supposed to be like everywhere, and they were supposed to be where the Resurrectums were. But we have Spa Days. Before you leave, can you help me with one last thing? I heard that the oil ogres in Steam Alley are planning to attack my store, Grimm Gardens. Please stop them. Of course. It seems that our missing heroes are still alive. This is very good news. Come back to Dex Labs when you are finished with Grimm. Okay. So, off we go on the road again. We have to go to Steam Alley. I don't know where exactly in Steam Alley. It just seems like mid-Steam Alley-ish. That shouldn't be much of a problem. Steam Alley seems relatively like simple to get to. We're also going to be able to go and snag this crispy cocoa egg right over here. And I love the buildings in Orchid Bay. I know I'll see it like 1,000 times. This is one of the most creatively made areas, I think, in the game, in my opinion. Just in terms of like a lot of the architecture and design and some of the textures they put on the buildings and stuff, along with, of course, the wharf and the beach and everything. It just makes it for a very pleasing to look at. Fun to hang out in area, and I really like it. Obviously, they took a lot of creative liberties from the show that is based off of, which is Juniper Lee. Obviously, in the show, it has like a beach and everything, and it's not like unlike the area at all. But the one in Juniper Lee is based more on San Francisco with like slopes and like the, you know what I'm talking about if you know what San Francisco like architecture looks like. Obviously, it looks a bit different than that, but it's still good regardless. We just gotta cut through all these things. Riot Rogues are also a lot bigger now. I feel like that was added in a patch recently, but you can tell how big Riot Rogues actually are. They used to be super small, which was weird, but now they're like regular height, and they look like they mean a lot of business. You can see them a lot better now too when you actually like go and fight them. So that's really cool. I think a couple of other things were like changed in scale within the last couple patches as well. I know some NPCs specifically were different, which is really funny considering we did all those missions for Blue. Only for him to be a lot smaller now. If we ever have to go back to City Point, which we might, we can go check out Blue. Blue's a lot smaller now, like he should be, because obviously in Foster's home he's a very, very small blob, but in FusionFall he's like this bigger than the player, honestly, like bigger than like a, I don't know, the player's probably like what, around like 5 foot something, 5'7" is like a pretty average height, I would say. I can't go over that. I forgot there's an invisible wall there. We don't have to go that way anyway, because that's Off-Road Plaza, and that's not where we need to be. We need to go to Steam Alley. And here it is. And again, I don't know exactly where we're going. It looks like we're going over by the main Dark Engine machine, which is also... I guess that is where the oil ogres are, so like I don't know why I'm surprised by that. Because like obviously I can't go here, because the oil ogres are not here. But let's just... Oh, this man's clipping through the fence. We'll just head around the back. Back in Steam Alley, too. It's been a minute since we've been here. I do really... Actually, no, it hasn't, because there were some missions we had to do, I'm pretty sure, for, like, Amphibian. that took us to Seam Alley. I forgot about that. You had to go like flip a breaker, I'm pretty sure. But let's run around the back of the dark engine. There's also that monkey there that should not be there. That seems like a very dangerous location to be. There we go. I imagine we're gonna have to fight some oil ogres. Yep. Oh yeah, it's time too. Oil ogres are preparing to attack Grim Gardens. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull out Coco so he can't get stunned. We do have 2 healers, which is a bit nice. Please defeat 9 of them. Okay. So Coco's actually gonna be super useful for this because I have I put freedom on her. So oil ogres normally stun you, and I believe there is a marker that will like tell you when you were supposed to get stunned, but you didn't because of the nano power. So hopefully that pops up so we can kind of see what it is. But it seems like it might not happen. But I know I've definitely seen that before. Like there'll be, like you know how like when I summon Coco there's a little bubble around me? There'll be another bubble around me if I were to have gotten stunned by like a monster attack. But I don't know if it will be able to display. I feel like it's definitely displayed at one point during an adventure. Woo-wee, you got some smooth moves. I do have some smooth moves, Grim. I'm using your weapon. This is your scythe. Oh, I guess it's not your scythe, that is Scythe Junior. It's a bit different than your scythe, but it's still the same concept. It's probably, you know, schematically pretty similar. Is schematically a word? Or is it I feel like schematically is definitely a word. That's the one. But we gotta go back to Dexter. He doesn't really say why. I guess he's just like, yeah, oh, well, you've done everything you need to do for me. But yeah, what I was going to mention about Grim Gardens is, like, they were supposed to be, well, Resurrectums were obviously still supposed to be a thing. However, Grim Gardens were supposed to be the location of the Resurrectums. So instead of just being, like, in all the safe zones, or I guess they would still be in all, like, the safe zones. However, what originally was supposed to happen, at least, not, like, 100% know if this is true, but, like, for my, like, you know, like, an educated guess is that each safe zone was going to have, like, a Grim Gardens spa in it or around it, and then that's where the Resurrectum would be. So there would be like in this area around here, I don't know, off to the side or something, there would probably be like a Grim Gardens building. But I think they probably changed that to allow for a lot more freedom when creating the world, which again I totally agree with. Also, I definitely think I showed this off already, but Dexter computers are now not hidden in the shadows out here, because it looks really bad when NPCs are like standing in the shadows. You don't get to see the lighting on them and stuff. So let's talk to Dexter. I mean, Grim Garden Stores is a target for Fuse because you showed them monsters. We mean business. I've stayed in business. Haha, that's a funny one. You're ready for the next part of your journey. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery. Take this spacesuit from Samurai Jack. You must get ready for another trip to the wilderness. And our next mission is tracking Jack. You're ready to journey out to the Dark Lands. It is extremely dangerous there, but you are prepared. Find Samurai Jack and get to the bottom of this mystery. Okay, I should have read the email, but we're already here. We have another email for tracking Jack anyway. Jack is somewhere in the Darklands. I've traced the source of his communication to somewhere near the research station in Forsaken Valley. Go there and take the power level tracker with you. It may prove useful. Dexter. And we're going to be able to put on, I guess not yet, because we don't have a weapon. We're going to get the Scottish Claymore in a second, but we are now a fully operated. I'll take the glasses off and see what that looks like with that. We are now a death-dealing spacesuit person. I do love the Space Jack set. It's one of my favorite sets. Just in terms of, I guess the helmet, not the helmet. The helmet I think looks kind of ugly. But it is from, like, I wish the helmet was colored like it is in the episode. Jack goes, I don't remember what it's called. Jack Goes to Space, I'm pretty sure it's called. We're going to fly to City Station because we got to go to Forsaken Valley and track Jack. As it appears. Also, what do we get from these? Just gumballs. I mean, I'll take them. I won't really take the Cosmics ones because, like, oof, I can probably go find space in my bank for all of these things as well. And also, I gotta sell these things. But Space Jack set is from an episode of Samurai Jack if you haven't seen it, and it's a pretty good one. It's one of the first ones too. It's like, I think, like episode maybe like 4. Honestly, it's like one of the very first one. Where Jack finds like a group of like rogue scientists building a spaceship to try to escape Aku, and I believe they have something about time travel. I don't remember the episode details completely, but like they figured out time travel somehow too, so their spaceship has like the power to time travel. So Jack is like, oh, perfect, my quest is at an end, and he's like there, and he's, you know, sitting in the thing, and then, you know, shenanigans, and so I'm not going to spoil the episode, of course. But it is a very good episode, one of the more memorable ones, too. I've gone through Samurai Jack a couple of times, just because it is a very beautiful show. And it's not very long. It's not a very long watch at all if you're ever interested. Also, if you're interested in watching Samurai Jack, something that I didn't know until like my second watch through, the whole thing is free to watch on Adult Swim's website. So if you wanted to ever go watch Samurai Jack, you can just do that for free. Just search like Adult Swim Samurai Jack. And they have every single episode from seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and the new 5 one, all for free on their website. But let's go to the Darklands and see what's up. Again, Dexter only gives us this one mission. Also, we have to go down. This is also pretty... I mean, it is assuming that we're coming there, because this is a level 24 quest, so obviously we're not really apt to being here yet if you're doing this normally, so you probably won't have gone to the carrier yet, so this makes sense to be down here. I've uploaded an asset code to your nanocom. Now stop bothering me. I didn't know Mandark was I bothering Mandark? Is that... Against my better judgment, I've contacted Mandark. He's going to send you an access code that will allow you to collect data from the Research Center mainframe. Oh, okay. It should be able to trace Jack's signal. I feel like this is also... A lot of the guide missions I feel like were written first. Just as what I'm noticing. Just because... Obviously, you don't need to... Unless I'm reading this wrong, you don't have to track Jack's signal. Because he's right there. Like, we know he's right there. Also, he's a... Oh, because he's Fuse No More Part 4. I was like, why would he have a mission for us? We've done them all. We've not done Fuse No More Part 4 yet. But, let's go in. These are all the guide mission shops, by the way. Up here. Good work. The Research Center can track the source of Jack's signal. And now we gotta go and find Jack. It's coming from the research station itself. Head up there immediately. We were already up there. So what I'm pretty sure was supposed to happen was, I think that console back there is actually supposed to be on the ground. Or like at maybe like a smaller research center, not on top of the carrier. And then we'd be like, oh, it's on the research center. Go up there.
A mission awaits you.
But obviously they put it up here, so it kind of makes it a bit pointless because you have to run past Samurai Jack to talk to Samurai Jack again. Good work. Jack will be able to help us find the missing heroes. Remember that we have the power level tracker at our disposal. It may be useful later. So, Dexter sent you to me. I've heard that he's trying to solve the mystery of the world's missing warriors, and I believe I can help. If you're ready and willing, we can do this together. We absolutely will. And we have the Claymore. Okay, it's a bit buggy. Actually, I don't even know. Obviously, it is a bit like the trail behind the sword is not supposed to be there, but I think it looks sick. Honestly, like being a bit buggy like that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. So what do we have to do? Warriors Welcome is our next guide mission. Samurai Jack once mentioned a powerful demon by the name of Demongo, the Soul Collector. I know little about things that do not relate to science, but Jack seems to think that Demongo might have something to do with our missing heroes. Go speak with him about it. Remember, he's at Mandark's research station in the Forsaken Valley. That's true. Warriors Welcome. This is level 25, so we shouldn't actually be here yet, because level 25 is, I believe, really Twisted Forest-ish? Or nowhere, honestly. Like, no, I think it's probably really Twisted Forest is like the level 25 area. Are you familiar with Demongo, the Soul Collector? He may be responsible for the hero's disappearances. We need to track him, and I think I have a way. Well, I know where he is, and you know where he is. We've talked before. But again, I'm assuming that we're doing this like, yeah, we have to go to the really Twisted Forest. Always assume that you're doing this like, what's it called? Sequentially with how it's supposed to be, because obviously there's really no point in complaining about like small plot details when you're doing them out of order, right? That's not the game's fault. That's your fault for doing them out of order. Because honestly, what should be happening, or like the most optimal way to play through the FusionFall story, not optimal as in like, it's actually probably the least optimal thing I've ever seen in my life, but the one, what am I trying to, like the word I'm trying to find, the way to play through FusionFall that makes like the most sense is by basically every level switching your guide 4 times and doing a Dexter guide mission and then a Ben guide mission and then a Double D guide mission then a Mojo guide mission, all that same level, which is possible to do. Like there's no, you can change your guide as much as you want, so it's not like it's like a bad thing. You can't change. It just might take a little bit longer than a lot of people are used to. But I'm here in went back to Monkey Mountain because we got to go to Really Twisted Forest. So obviously, at this point in time, you have to assume that we don't know where Aku is. Not Aku. Obviously, no, we don't know where Aku is regardless. We don't know where Demongo is. I want you to return to the jungle and go to the Really Twisted Forest. You must recover the warrior's crest from the infected zone there. With that, we should be able to find Demongo. Which is like a really cool plot. I'm not going to say this is a bad plot because it's a really good plot. Because, like, obviously, missing warriors, missing superheroes. The first thing that Jack should come to his mind is Demongo, because that's also probably one of my favorite episodes of Samurai Jack, is because if you didn't know, Demongo only appeared in one episode of Samurai Jack, and it was a very standout episode, and it was very popular, which is why he was included in FusionFall. I think it was half because his episode was really popular, and that he was like a very iconic design and like a memorable character. But honestly, I think he was included in FusionFall for the sole purpose of he fit in like the plots that they were kind of conceiving really early on, like missing, like how are we going to explain all the superheroes are gone? Oh, do something with Demongo. That's kind of his thing, something like that. I obviously I don't know. I wasn't there in 2006 when they were planning these things, but that would be my guess. Is that like it's partially because Demongo's a really popular character, but also because they could fit him into the plot very easily. The warrior's crest was stolen from the Hall of Heroes at the Henny Baba ruins. That is not where we are. So there's another instance of the guide missions. Kind of I wouldn't say that it's a mistake. I would say that they just haven't updated them in a minute. And obviously, it's a bit inconsequential, and like obviously it's not like super important that it's like a jarring issue to fix. So we haven't fixed it either. But obviously this mission was supposed to take place in the Hani Baba Temple, and I honestly think that makes a lot more sense. But Really Twisted Force is level 25 area. There's the Warrior's Crest. I believe it's this thing right here. Well done. Return to me with the crest, and I will explain what we need to do. Okay. Well, I'm going to go take a cannon out of here, because those are fun and fast. We have a Warrior Crest. I'm actually kind of curious as to what we're going to do with it, because, as I said, Demongo's a cool character. Any lore involving Demongo is honestly a pretty cool find by me. Alright. Well, I feel like it's a long enough journey to warrant me cutting, so I'm going to cut the video, and I'm going to go back to Samurai Jack, so I don't have to watch you climb the whole thing again. Alright, we've returned back to Samurai Jack, and let's give him this Warrior's Crest. You've done well. The Warrior's Crest contains the spirits of the great heroes of the past. With Dexter's power level tracker, we can locate Demongo. You have great skills. The Warrior's Crest will allow us to locate Demongo. I am certain that he's somewhere in the Darklands. Dexter sent a reward for you. And yes, he did. He sent us the Dexter goggles. So, obviously, they don't look as cool as our regular scheduled glasses, but we're going to get the Dexter set, which is a really cool set to have. Magical Aid is the next quest. Jack knows someone who can help us with that artifact that you recovered from the Really Twisted Forest. Go speak to him when you can. Good luck, Dexter. Magical Aid is the next one. The Warrior's Crest is devoid of its mystical energies. I want you to find Juniper Lee and know where she is knowledgeable on such things. That's true. Juniper Lee is very knowledgeable about magic. Juniper Lee is a trusted friend. She possesses great skill. As the world's Taejuan-Z, she helps maintain the balance between the world of man and magic. I'm highly skeptical of magic, but she's definitely a good person to talk to. I agree. Juniper Lee is definitely a valuable person to talk to when dealing with magic. And we have done that multiple times. So, luckily, normally I would say, oh man, June is so far away, I gotta cut the video and go back to nowhere. But thankfully, due to Whoosh, which I remembered is now a thing as a fast travel service, it's very easy to go from place to place. If we just go to Area 51.5, we're already there. Well, I guess we're not already there. We have to go run over to the Courage's like barn, but like we're basically already there. It's not even that crazy of a concept. But let's go talk to June. So we have this warrior crest. We know Damongo is somewhere, but we don't know how we're going to... Oops. We don't know how we're going to use said warrior crest to find him. And obviously can't go look for him because he's Damongo. He's a very sneaky individual. Obviously, he can like teleport and stuff too, I'm pretty sure. If I remember the episode correctly, where he was in Samurai Jack. Obviously, he's actually in 2 episodes. I completely forgot that because they added him in. I believe he's in an episode of Season 5. I have not watched all of Season 5 yet because I heard it was bad, and it was kind of bad when I was watching it, but I haven't finished it yet. But I've watched Season 1 through 4 of Samurai Jack like a couple of times because it's very good. But let's talk to Juniper Lee. The Warrior's Crest is a very interesting artifact. I'm sure I can help you restore its energies. There's just one problem. Gotta go in the catacombs. Well, she's going to say something else. Her dialogue has to update. I know that. Let's wait for it to do so. The monsters here have powers of their own and are interfering with the magical forces in the area. If you can defeat the crypt worms in the lower catacombs, I should be able to help you. I thought we were done with the catacombs. It turns out we're not. So we have to go to the lower catacombs and defeat the crypt worms. These are grave worms, not crypt worms, so we just have to kind of ignore them. Luckily, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue being in the catacombs here now that we're level 36 because, one, we can run past enemies a little bit easier. Obviously, I'm not going to say we can do it undetected just because of, you know, the instances I just, like, showed you. There's some also crazy skeletons in here. That's kind of nice. I like that. I want to go this way, I think. But not only can we run past crypt worms or grave worms relatively fine, we can also kind of just tank their attacks kind of nicely as well. These are still grave worms, so we need to go down even farther to technically the upper catacombs. They are flipped, of course. But we gotta go defeat them. Those were 8 of them too. That's kind of sus. But we also had to defeat them a couple of times earlier, and I remember them being one of the more annoying enemies. And I believe these are up because we're about to cross the border. There we go, upper catacomb border. Crypt worms. Let's use our claymore. Oh, we kind of slice and dice these guys. They can drain, so it's not like Coco's going to be too helpful for us. I love, this is also like a little bit of a bug, but it looks really cool on the Space Jack set. I don't really know if I can recreate it, but sometimes when you're fighting in combat and you... Okay, didn't do it that time, but if you noticed a little bit ago, while I was running in slow motion. And I think that's something like an animation bug that happens when you're like fighting like a mob like this and you're kind of going like, I don't know how to recreate it obviously, but it looks really cool in the Space Jack set because you're like running in slow motion like you would if you were like on the moon in like an astronaut set, which is kind of funny. Alright, crypt worm baby. These guys seem a lot more spread out than I remember them being. But also, I guess it's a bit different because I have to kind of run up to him and start swinging because I'm using my Scottish Claymore. Is it called the Scottish Claymore? Scottish Claymore, yes it is. I don't know how that is referenced to... I mean, it's obviously just like a Samurai Jack sword, like it's the Scotsman's sword. But the Scotsman isn't in the episode Space Jack. So I guess they didn't want to give you Samurai Jack's sword because obviously this is like the Space Jack set is like what Samurai Jack wears while he's in space. And I'm assuming that they didn't want to give you his actual sword yet, you know. So they gave you Scotsman's, which is totally fine. Like I like the Scottish Claymore. It's cool. Nice work. Come back to me, and I'll be able to help you now. Okay, so I guess we cleared like the magical essence of the area. So I guess what she was saying is essentially like, oh, I'd love to help you, but what's it called? The magical properties in the area are being like overwritten by like crypt worms using magic. I don't know how they're using magic, but they are. And it's kind of like shifting the I don't know. There's some weird complications with like Juniper Lee and her like field of and like the world of magic and stuff. That obviously I don't really understand very well, and I love the show. But obviously they kept the show very open. For that reason, obviously, magic is supposed to be super mystical and unknown. So if they explain to you every single rule, that would be a bit counterintuitive to like the idea of magic itself, you know. But apparently there was like some magical blockage essentially happening, so we went and fixed that. Also, I love this dynamo car. I'm just gonna Just gonna off topic say that because the dynamo cars look sick. I should roll around in one using like an actual dynamo set, which I could. I guess I have the whole Blossom armor, but I want to wear the Space Jack set too. Alright, June. Okay, the power of the Warrior's Crest is restored. I hope you can find the missing heroes. Dexter told me all about it. Very good. Return to me with the Warrior's Crest. Well, of course I will. Of course I will return to you with the Warrior's Crest. So all we got to do is basically just head back the way we came. We're going to have to, unfortunately, we're going to have to climb the tower. I didn't do it last time. I was smart. Instead of doing what I did and like monkeying back to Monkey Foothills, obviously I cut this so you didn't see it, but like instead of monkeying back to Monkey Foothills, I monkeyed to Mount Blackhead and took the scamper because it's pretty much around the same distance, like around the same time of you on the monkey. Honestly, Blackhead might even be faster. If I don't remember for sure, but they're about the same distance, and you can just take the scamper and end up on the actual carrier instead of having to climb it. But unfortunately for here, we don't really have that. I guess we could, no, it's probably not that easy. I was gonna say we could go to Candy Cove, monkey to cul-de-sac, and then take the scamper, if you want to be like 400 IQ about it. But like, it doesn't really matter. We can climb. They made the platforms. I mean, they as in we, but I didn't. I wasn't the one who physically did it. Dogon did. But we made the platforms a lot faster, going up and down the carrier, so it's a lot faster to get up to the top now, which is super nice. It was really annoying waiting for them. So honestly, complaining about it is not even valid because they move so fast now that it's not even. Look at it. We're going up all the way. And like unless they desync, unless they desync like that, but it's okay. So just as long as they don't desync, we should be fine. But honestly, by this point, like obviously, it's like this is like some of the fastest platforms in the game, just moving wise. But if you got to the Darklands already, you should kind of like have the platforming down pat, or at least like a basic idea of the platforming down pat, so it shouldn't be too hard. But we have the Warrior's Crest. It is now activated, Jack. You are proving to be a most resourceful ally. Now that the energy has been restored to the Warrior's Crest, I believe I know how we must continue our quest. With the power of the Warrior's Crest restored, we will be able to track Damongo, but I think we will also need to use Dexter's power level tracker. Here, Dexter sent a reward for you. He sent a reward for me? That's crazy. What did he send us? Dexter boots. Perfect. I need to go sell some things as well while I remember.
Initiate shopping.
Initiate shopping. Let's sell these things, and then I could probably sell like the things in the crates as well, because like who needs them? And then I could probably put like some other things like in my bank. While I'm at it, let's go do that now. I am not gonna join a group. I'm sorry, friend. I'm on my own quest. That's not the bank. This is the bank. Let's throw in the dodgeball stuff. Let's throw in the stinkfly wings. Let's throw in. I don't know why those are even in my inventory to begin with. We'll throw in all this cool stuff that I don't really need. I also don't need you, or you, or you, or... No, I'm going to keep that because it's going to expire eventually in my inventory anyway. I don't want to put it in my bank. But let's just throw all this in here so we have like a free space for inventory, because we're going to probably be fighting some more monsters and stuff. So what is our next quest, Dexter? Let us know. With the mystical energy restored to the Warrior's Crest, I think we might be able to transfer it to the crest power signatures through the power level tracker, but I'm not sure how to do it. Samurai Jack may know a way. Tech meets magic. Dexter believes we can transfer the spirits in the Warrior's Crest to the power level tracker. That should allow us to locate Damongo, the Soul Collector. Theoretically, you should be able to transfer the energies from the Warrior's Crest into the power level tracker, but I'm not sure how to do it. Samurai Jack seems to have a way. Good luck. So we have to head to Monkey Mountain, my favorite location. Monkey Mountain, let's go. Go back to Monkey Mountain. Obviously, I knew it was coming. I'm pretty sure all of the guides have you go to Monkey Mountain at least once. Some even twice. So we'll just go there. See your old pal Spider Monkey. It'll be a fun time. Head to Monkey Mountain. Oh, I'm very happy to go to Monkey Mountain with you. As we are like this half half Dexter, half. I guess we're not really half Dexter. We will be after this quest because we're gonna be. Where do we have to go? I'm assuming the infected zone, maybe. I suppose I can just go run over there. No, it looks like it is. Yeah, that's the infected zone entrance, I think. At least I'm kind of sure, or I'm kind of certain. But of course, who knows? Who knows? But let's go and do this thing. I forgot about the jungle music. Hey, Spider Monkey, what's up? Just say what's up to my old pal Spider Monkey. And we gotta go up and over again. I know Monkey Mountain like the back of my hand at this point. Yeah, it is the infected zone entrance. So it looks like we're gonna go platforming a bit. What's a platforming game without platforms? One would say. One would ask, and one would be correct in that assumption. Before you climb the peak, you must take out some of the enemies. Scythe Simians. Okay, well, Scythe Simians are in there, so we have to enter anyway. Sorry, my eye is very itchy. I don't know why. The Scythe Simians will give you trouble. Also, there's music in here now, or there's new music. This was essentially supposed to be in here. We retrieved this from one of the musical directors, or the musical director for FusionFall. And it was like up for, it was like on a website shown off, and it was like not labeled as FusionFall, but it sounds like it should be for Monkey Mountain. And I think we asked him, and he was like, yeah, it's Monkey Mountain. We're like, oh, cool. So we threw it in here. It's very cool. Also, obviously, it's a lot better than having no music in here at all. Obviously, Infected Zone music is some of the most iconic music in the game, so more of it is always good. Which is why I really like the Botanical Gardens having music now as well. We just take out 6 of these guys. I remember more Scythe Simians, by the way. We love it. We love Scythe Simians. Also, it does sound like it fits really well with like the jungle aspects and stuff. Here's our guy. Here's our last guy. Come here. Attack me. He just drained some of my boosts and potions too, which is kind of cute. Kind of cute and purified. Okay. So we have to climb Monkey Mountain now. I'm assuming that we can't just do this. Like, this is not how we're supposed to do it. Especially because we're falling. Is there even a way to get up here? I mean, all jumping obviously works, but like, is there, after this, is there a way to get up there? I doubt. Ooh, hold on. Are we cheating? We have to go up there, and I don't believe there is really a way from here without at least like some rocket nanos or a jump nano or something. So we can head back to the beginning as we're slowly falling down the cliff side. No.
Very well.
Monkey Mountain is a bit tricky to climb without a rocket. I believe we've done it before though, so it shouldn't be too hard. Now, oh, he also said good work. Now proceed up the mountain to the correct location. Well, I really hope it is the correct location. I don't want to go to the wrong location. But any excuse to hear this music more, I am a fan of, because this is good music. Oh, I clipped through the rock. That's okay. We don't have to go through the rock anyway. We have to go up here. There's some goop. Launch site. I forgot that was the launch site. The launch site, which is just a pile of goop. Let us head up. There we go. And up. Perfect. I don't remember. I've realized that I'm pretty sure like a lot of the harder platforming challenges, the ones that require rockets, obviously rockets are easy because I could probably jump from here to there with a rocket right now if I had one. But a lot of the ones that are like super tricky without rockets are much later, like up there, or maybe around more towards the summit. But we only have to go right here, so it's really not that big of a deal at all, if I'm being honest. We found the statue of a hero. You were at a critical junction point of ancient energies. Okay, I believe it. The power level tracker has received the energies from the quest. Also, we jumped on a respawning site simian, but we're okay.
Don't worry, I've got you.
So essentially, what we were doing is the power level, which I really like, honestly. Like a lot of these quests, there's like a story that builds on itself and everything, which is one of the reasons why guide missions are so cool. Ignore the fact that there's like some inconsistencies with like the text. That doesn't matter. That's like such a minuscule thing to complain about. The actual like quest lines themselves, involving things from past quests coming back, introducing characters, because obviously, if you're playing this as you're going through the story, a lot of these will be like that. One with June might be, maybe not, because I think Nowhere's probably a earlier area than that. But like something like Jack, that would be like your first introduction to that character, and they do a good job of introducing them and explaining like why they're important. And then obviously things like the power level tracker coming back, things like the missing heroes being a recurring thing. Those are really cool, and I wish that there were a lot more like really big, long plots that kind of spanned a lot of the game, other than just like the main four, which is like Crazy Brain Candy, Missing Superheroes, Mojo's Army, and I don't even know what Ben's is. Just like plumber stuff. I don't actually know. Obviously, we'll find out when we actually do Ben's, which is what will be next, but for right now, I don't remember. Let's go to Jack once more. But now we have a power level tracker that is full of people, not people, it's full of energy, warrior energy, I guess, if that would be like the correct, that would be the correct call, the correct descriptor for it. Okay, let's hope these don't desync while we're standing on them. I think I watched them desync a little bit. Obviously, platforms will do that when you like first enter an area. So I think we gave them enough time. We should be fine. I like this. There we go. Up and up. All right, Jack. Excellent. Now you have the power signatures from the Warrior's Crest inside the power level tracker. We must now find Dimongo. We've utilized a combination of science and magic. The power of level tracker now contains the information we need to locate Dimongo. Here's your reward from Dexter. We now have the Dexter pants. That actually, these look really cool together as well. I like these. So what does Dexter now say for us? P. Horodactyl Hunt is the next one. Now that the power level tracker has been upgraded with the energies from the Warrior's Crest, you can use it to find Dimongo, but Samurai Jack says you are not yet ready to confront that wily demon. I trust Jack. Go speak to him and get ready for your trip deeper into the Darklands. That makes sense. Dimongo's in a very high level area compared to where we would be if we were doing this quest right now, which is level 28. So yeah, this makes sense. The power level tracker indicates that Dimongo is deeper inside the Darklands. You are not yet prepared for this challenge, but I can help you. I see you have upgraded the power level tracker with ancient energies. Find Dimongo, but please do not put yourself in unnecessary peril. If Jack thinks you still need preparation, listen to him. I agree. So we have to defeat some Horodactyls. I believe Horodactyls are the ones in Dinosaur Pass, because these are Pterodactyls, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? No, these are Horodactyls. Okay. Then which ones are the Pterodactyls? They make little squawking noises too, which is kind of cute. I didn't notice that the first time when I was fighting them. But this one's a really easy mission too, just because obviously Horodactyls are like right underneath us, where we currently are. Which is why it took a little longer doing some of the earlier ones for Jack, because we had to backtrack essentially back to some of the wilds areas. But now we've caught up to where Jack actually is, so we're fine. I don't want to fight the Lizard Queen, if that's okay with you. I'd much rather not fight her. I'm going to do this so he doesn't stun me. Also, because Coco's just a better nano for this encounter than my healers are. I got to skirt around this way. Obviously, Horodactyls are a bit spread out, so it's like a bit weird trying to go through and find them all. And this guy likes to use corruption attacks against me too. Let's go take out, slice and dice this guy. I saw we got the jetpack too. These guys are also weird because they fly around for their idle animation. However, They don't like change their target residence. I think we've talked about that before. But if you're ever facing an enemy like that like flies around, like some of the cephalopods late game, or like these guys, just attack where they were, not where they're flying, because it's a lot easier. Also, zooming out, I'm completely zoomed out now. It's a lot easier to fight enemies like Horodactyls because they're so high up in the sky. When you're completely zoomed out, like compared to if I was zoomed in like this, you can't even see where they are, so you don't even know if you're targeting them or not. That's why I was zooming out a little bit for it. And where are more of them? I think we took out all of the ones in Forsaken Valley. Unless there's more by the beach. I doubt it, though. I'm pretty sure the beach is like relatively free of Horodactyls. Yeah, because a lot of them are in Dinosaur Pass. So we either have to wait for these to respawn, or we go to Dinosaur Pass, which I think is probably the easier thing to do, is to not fight the frilled lizards and to go straight to Dinosaur Pass and fight Horodactyls. Or unless these guys are the pterodactyls. This might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're both Horodactyls. Let's find out. These are Horodactyls, okay, and they're a bit smaller. No, they're not. They're the same size. It was just a bit smaller because they were a bit farther away than I thought it actually was. But these should still count for the quest. They do. They do. If we head back farther this way, we might find the oh, what are they called? The horned, I don't remember what they're actually called. The boss monsters, the pact. The pact. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I think they're just called, are they just called horned lizards? I doubt it, because that's like a real animal. I don't remember what they're called. But it doesn't really matter what they're called, because we're not fighting them today. This is actually would be pretty good training, I think. Like not speaking from like a gameplay perspective, thinking from like a logistical perspective of like how would Jack prepare you for getting deeper into the Darklands. Fighting Horodactyl seems like a good thing. They seem like very tough enemies. You gotta fight 12 of them. Seems like a hard challenge. There we go. Your skills are improving with each passing day. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that a lot. It really does mean a lot, Jack.
Hello.
Dexter sent you a reward. Please return to me. Okay. I'm always here for a reward. I'm good. I like rewards. The frill lizards are going to sting me, but that's okay. I'll be fine. What matters more is that Dexter jetpack that I saw in the mission description. I'm totally here for a reward like that. Up and at him. There we go. And we've arrived. Horodactyl Hunt. You've shown great skill and bravery. Now you must prove your abilities in the dreaded fire swamps. If you can do this, you may pursue Damongo. You're almost skilled, but Damongo is no ordinary adversary. You must pass a few more trials before you can be, or I can be sure that you are ready to confront him. Alright, and we have another mission that takes place in the fire swamps. Let's put on our Dexter jetpack. Looking kind of clean. Friend in need is the next one. Urgent, a girl named Peggy Danger needs your help in the fire swamps. I've sent all the details to Samurai Jack. Please go see him right away. Always remember to help your allies. A fellow fusion fighter named Peggy Danger is in the fire swamps and she needs your help. Go to her. We know where Peggy Danger is. We've helped her out already, actually. So we can certainly go and do that again. Let's go do that. She's like right inside the fire swamps too. Also, I know this episode is getting a bit long, but I still want to do, I think, 2 more missions if I can. Because I'm really trying to I have like the amount of missions I kind of want to do planned out. I just don't know the contents of each mission for certain, so obviously I don't know if some take longer than others, and I didn't realize that some of the ones earlier would take a lot, or as long as they have. So my apologies there. But Peggy's right here. Hello, Peggy Danger. Friend in need. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I was just in a fierce battle with Fuse's forces and I lost my Bonkstick. I'm defenseless. Can you go get it back from the magma hulks? Yes, I can. Bonkstick is also something that we're going to be finding out a little bit more as well. Magma hulks. I was with miasma hulks. Those aren't the right ones. Magma hulks are over here, if I remember correctly. I'm kind of like past the lizard queens. No, those are not magma hulks. Those are the grabbers, isn't it? No, those are tar titans. Magma hulks are all the way back here, if I remember right. Yeah, I see him. I see him. I see it. I see it, Aaron. Magma hulks. Here we go. Let's just fight them. Who cares? I don't want to get stunned, actually. I'm going to pull out Coco. There we go. We got the Bonkstick. That's it. Thanks. Can you bring it back to me? I would explain what a Bonkstick is, but it's going to be explained what a Bonkstick is in a bit. Obviously, it's just like a stick that you can swing, but it is from an episode. But I believe, I might be wrong if it isn't, but basically just you'll see what it is, because we'll be actually receiving one, I believe, in one of the next missions that we'll be getting to this part. We got your Bonkstick back, Peggy. Very good. Now please return to me. I have one final test of your skills before you pursue Demongo. You're the best. Thanks. Fuse's army is really strong in the Darklands, but I know we can beat him. It's only a matter of time. That's true. It is only a matter of time, because we are very close to dealing the final blow to Fuse himself. Obviously, not really, because you can't really defeat Fuse in this game. You can defeat. I'll explain it later when we actually get to the fight, of course, but Fuse is not one that is, you can't just like defeat Fuse and then the game is over. There's still always things to do in FusionFall. But we gotta head back to Jack. Really weird how Peggy kind of ends that mission as well, and you still have to run all the way back to Peggy. I guess it's not really weird. It would probably actually be super helpful when you're actually like doing this mission organically, like how you should, because you're going to be probably in the fire swamps already doing missions for Peggy Danger, how we were. So you're going to already be there, and I'm sure you'd really appreciate it, kind of just being there instead of having to run all the way back to Jack when you don't have to. But what does it say? I guess we can read our email as well when we get up there, because he emailed us for the power of Bonk, which is, this is the mission I wanted to get to this episode, so this will be the last one, but I really wanted to get to the power of Bonk, because I remember this one, and I think it's like a good way to end, or it's a good closer. Let's read the email. Before you confront Demongo, I suggest arming yourself with the greatest weapon of the Puppet Pal Mitch and Puppet Pal Clem, the Bonkstick. Go see Samurai Jack for instructions. This is a cute one. That was a cute mission. The power of Bonk. Would you like to forge your own Bonkstick? I doubt the value of such a weapon, but Dexter claims it is quite powerful. You must go back to the fire swamps, and we get the Puppet Pal Bonkstick as a reward, which is why I wanted to do this one. So we have to go defeat 7 stone drakes, which will take us to the, so we got to go to the fire swamps, right? No, the pits. Pits. Swamps are the first. I always forget which one is which. Swamps are the first one, pits are the second. Like, there's probably like a weird joke you can make there about like swamps before pits or something like that, but but yeah, I always get those two very mixed up when it comes to which one comes where. So we're gonna have to go in the infected zone, because I'm pretty sure stone drakes can only be found in the infected zone, which is kind of funny. And we're gonna be able to make our own Bonkstick, which is really fun. And it's part of like the guide mission set and everything, so, which is weird because like obviously Dexter. Is that from the same episode? I can't remember. Obviously, I'm not very versed on my Dexter's Lab. Honestly, it's one of the ones that I have not watched as much compared to like Ben or Etta and Eddie or June or Megas or Jack or something, or Candy even. It's probably one of the ones that I've seen the least amount of episodes of, being Dexter, which I should probably fix. At one point in time, I should probably fix that. But, you know, gotta watch it eventually, right? But there's so many shows to watch. So many shows to watch that are in this game and in Legacy and everything. But off we go to the infected zone. I don't know why we're killing stone drakes. Obviously, they're evil. That's really all the. It's really all the reason you need. But take the Bonkstick to the fire pits on the far side of the firestones. Before you can forge your weapon in the flames, you must defeat 7 stone drakes. Okay. That makes some sense a little bit. I believe we'll probably find snow drakes faster if we go this way. Because there's the Freakosauruses, or the Creeposauruses. I don't remember which ones these are. But I remember right past them are the drakes. The drakes? Where's the door hole? These should be called the Joshosaurus Rexes. That was a horrible joke. I apologize for even saying that one out loud. Because that was real bad. Let's go fight some of these boys. Also, Bonk gives me so many... I don't know what the episode title is going to be at this very moment, but you have to admit, Bonk gives me so many options. Just the concept of a Bonkstick. Alright, let's fight these drakes. One of my favorite designs, honestly. I just wish they were kind of animated a little bit better, or I guess not even animated better, but rigged a little bit better, so their animations shined a bit more, you know? Because they're kind of like, they're huge, which is awesome, but they're kind of a bit finicky. But look at how sick their designs are. They're like giant dragons. Obviously, that's what Drake means, is dragon, but... Take out 7 of them, no problem. We can forge a Bonkstick ourselves. Got him. And now we gotta head on over to this boy. This boy over here. These guys are also like super spread out. Like I understand why they're super spread out, because they're huge. And I imagine, like, obviously, like, not like game, again, taken out of the game right now, I imagine, like, if this was like a real creature, like a creature this huge, they'd probably be very territorial, even with like their own kind, you know? Obviously they're fusion creatures, so like I'm assuming that they don't like possess animal behavior. Obviously these guys are literally just like rocks infused with fusion matter, because like they're not living things, they're just rocks infused with fusion matter that just so happen to like look like dragons or behave like dragons. This guy's taking a little siesta in the lava. He kind of like sunk through the ground there. That's another thing that's a bit odd about them having like huge bodies, is that if they run up like a small incline, obviously they go like up at an angle because they're so long. And we almost got him. Almost. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Yeah. Good. Now tank the Bonkstick and place it in the fires of the fire pits. That, I believe, is outside the infected zone. Yes, it is. Okay. So we need to get out of here somehow. I think we can do... Nope. So the crappy thing about the fire swamps is that we're probably just going to have to die. It's probably going to be faster for us to die than it will be to literally just like run all the way to the exit, because the only other exit in fire swamps is all the way up there, which requires some crazy platforming that I don't want to do and would take even longer. So we'll speedrunning strat is just have the Stone Drake take you out, and Grim will be a pal and just kind of poop, you're right back here, and you can head out. That's not really a new concept, we've done that so many times. And then of course the Bonkstick can be forged in this crater right over here. Come on, get up there. The great power of the Bonkstick has been forged in the flames of the fire pits. Now you are ready to pursue Demongo and find the missing heroes. I love this dialogue, by the way. Jack being super skeptical about the puppet pal Bonkstick. That's hilarious. It is done. Your weapon is in hand. Now let's find Demongo. It is now in hand. We have a Bonkstick. Oh, this is amazing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to get through today. Our next mission is called Demon Gone, which is obviously us talking to Demongo and finding out about Demongo and learning more. But I'll save that for next part. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the series, make sure you guys are leaving likes on the videos. It really does help out a lot. Also, if you guys want to leave a comment with your feedback, I would also really appreciate it, as well as leaving your 3 favorite nanos. What nanos do you want to see me use? It can be a themed team, it can be a not themed team, it doesn't matter. What do you want to see me use? I will do my best to use it. Also, if you guys want to leave a subscription to the channel with notifications on, I would really truly appreciate that as well. And I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you tell me that you guys leave a subscription with notifications on, tell me in the comments below. I'll give you a crispy shout out in a future playthrough episode of the series, which is awesome. So thank you guys again so much for all the support. We are, I think, 10-ish away from 6K, which again, I can't do that without you, so thank you so much. Also, there's the picture, by the way, again, on the side of the screen with our nano comp. It is now gone. Now it is ace. But that's going to be it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with some more FusionFall Retro Fun. Peace, guys. Bye.